Hola, hola. It's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, my darling. Welcome back to the podcast. Listen to me. I don't know what happened to me in November, but I lost my marbles and was doing all the loving bitch slaps. I must change this podcast name to the Loving Bitch Slaps with Erica Kramer. I don't know what happened. I got some fuego inside of me in November, and last week's episode, I had so many messages. I had messages from my friends, okay? They were like, damn, Erica, this podcast made me feel like I wasn't doing enough to jump up and do some shit. So why? I don't know. I don't know where the fire came from, but I think it's because I've been talking to a lot of women who have impact and have things they want to do. And I'm having these discussions on Zoom, over the phone, in person, on Instagram DM. And I'm listening to things and I'm watching at the pace in which we work, Hamish and I, my husband and I. And I'm watching in the visions that I have. And I'm watching as to where I want to go and how I move and the risks that I take and the commitment that I give to the business and the work that I do because of the passion and the vision. That's why. I don't care about the money. It's not about everybody look at me. There's a vision that's driving me. And obviously, I am someone that loves truth. I'm someone that loves realness. I am someone that doesn't like fluff or affirmations or bullshit. I don't like fluff. I don't like vague shit. I don't like airy-fairy bullshit. I like it to be real, tangible, accessible. I want to understand, what are you talking about? What does that mean for me? How do I do it? Give me the goodness. So I think my gift and curse is like, as we say in Spanish, like, no tengo pelo en la lengua, like I don't have hair on my tongue. You know, there's no like filtering, and truth hurts, and it's a gift and a curse. And so I like to speak real shit, and I like to say, hey, if you think that, you better start thinking like this, or if that's really what you mean, why aren't you showing up like that? And so this is the way I coach my clients. This is the way I support and hold space for my communities, the communities I run, the programs I run. This is the way I parent my children. This is the way I run my relationship with Hamish. This is the way I speak to myself. So it's not just a standard I'm setting for you, the listener. I do this in every area because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I don't know. I just got this like, yo, we are delusional sometimes, and not in a good way. We're tripping thinking and saying we want something, but not willing to do another thing. And so if you've been loving the episodes on the podcast, thank you. Thank you for your messages. If you've been feeling triggered as fuck, good. It's great. Look into it. Go, okay, what is that for me? Do some journaling. Take a moment. Today's episode, I wanted to talk about the end of the year and what happens to people who have a vision and have impact to make and have business or are entrepreneurial or want to climb the corporate ladder or innovators, right? And what happens to us during the end of the year? Those of you that celebrate Christmas, maybe you go on a break, maybe you have time off, maybe you can't wait to unplug and switch off fully, maybe you hang out with your kids, whatever it is. And I wanted to invite you to consider that this time of the year is a really great time to plan, to master plan, a really great time to reflect, to look back, to learn the lessons, to write the notes, to get the aha moments, to claim the gifts in the shit that was 2024. This is a really great time to start marinating and thinking about who you want to be in 2025, what you want to create for yourself. And in the podcast coming up, we have our Goals and Intentions Workbook podcast. And let me tell you, it's taken us longer to get it out this year because of a million reasons. But the main reason is the book is big. So every year, my husband and I do an annual podcast called Goals and Intention 2024, 2025, 2023, whatever the year is. And this year, it got a whole revamp. Oh my God, it got a whole revamp. You're gonna need more time. So if last year you took 2 hours, you're gonna need 4. You're gonna need a whole day. I'm very proud of the work that we did as a team on this workbook, the way that it looks, the questions that we've asked, the recap, the setting intention, really amazing. And so I can't wait for you to get it. I am going to link it in next episode when we do our episode on goals and intentions. So look out for it. It says goals and intentions 2025. And it's all about thriving in 2025. Because in 2024, we were demanding more and everything got a rhyme because I'm like a rapper over here. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you to get it. I'm excited for you to download it. It's a free download. It will change your year. It will change your life if you allow it to. But before we move into that in the podcast, I wanted to leave you with this today. I wanted you to start thinking about, what do you do with your break? And now I'm not asking you to do more. I'm not asking you to fill your break or holiday break with a bunch of things to do and be hustling and working hard. But I am asking you to be intentional about your break. And if you yourself, and you know that you have a big goal or a big vision, or you got some big shit to do, or you got a lot of money you want to make, or there's a lot of impact, or there's some impossible thing that you want to do in 2025 that almost feels like, who the fuck am I to do that? This is crazy. Oh my God, I can't do that. Maybe if it feels bigger than you, this episode is for you. Consider that you're going to have a break. A holiday break, whether it's 3 days off or the main holidays off, whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks off with your family and your kids. Here in Australia, the Christmas break happens in summer. So it's summertime for us. And people be at the beach, we be out. Australia does not come back to work and wake up from the summer slumber until February 15th. In my book, it feels like. Where in America, January 3rd, Happy New Year, we're ready. Is it a good thing? I don't think so. I love that we get to chill and relax more here. What a beautiful privilege that we have in Australia. However, if you are someone who is a go-getter, who is an action taker, who has big vision and wants to do a lot of great things in 2025, things that you weren't able to fully do in 24, then just consider that maybe you're going to need to put some time aside for your vision, some time aside for your implementing, some time aside for your dreaming and coming up with ideas and innovating. Whatever you did this year is not going to be the same you do next year because it's not going to give you the different result, right? So I wanted you to consider the break and how you take breaks. And if you burnt out this year, maybe your narrative is, oh my God, I cannot wait to be done and switch off. I'm so tired. I'm so done with 24. Ugh. And that's just Control Alt Delete. Let's just let that go. I'm ready to do nothing and chill. Or is your narrative man, this year was big. It was a lot. There was a lot of things. There were so many lessons that I think I learned, but I'm not sure. And I want to make sure they land. And I really want to think about next year. What am I going to do differently? And who am I going to become? And what do I want to get? And what do I want to see? But I would ask that you use that mindset, because then you're going to find some time by creating time in your break or in your calendar to really reflect. And we just did this in my program, The Queen's Table. We wrapped up the 6 months of this incredible table of women, high level, incredible move-making women. And we wrapped it up and we spent half the day on reflecting. And someone might go, man, that's a lot of time on looking back. But guess what? The year taught you something. What did it teach you? One of my mentors used to say, if the year was a school, if 2024 was a school, what lesson were you learning? What class were you in? Constantly. You see, if you don't go back and look at what happened, who you became, what you learned, the things that went down, the things that worked, that didn't work, the things that you didn't do that you should have done, all that stuff, you're not going to know what to do for the next year. So many people say they've been in business for 5 years, but they've been just doing the same 1 year times 5. The same mistakes, the same bullshit that doesn't get them any results. So it doesn't mean you've been in your business 5 years. It's 1 year with mistakes times 4 years. So I do this because I really think about, this is a great time to start thinking, creating, mapping out, planning, scheduling. It's a little bit quieter. Maybe you are on a vacation on holiday. Maybe you decide not to be on your emails and your laptop. Maybe you want to put your phone down and you want to grab a pen and paper, a notebook. I love doing that. I've got all these big old Post-it notes everywhere, all over the place. And I bring them home and Hamish is like, honey, can you not? Can you not decorate the kitchen with all these? Put them on the refrigerator. But I love to see my vision. I love to sit and think about how many people, when's that going to be, by what date are we doing this? Where are we going to go? Mapping out. And so although the goals and intentions are going to map everything out and help you do that, I want you today to think about the time that you have at the end of the year. And if you're working all the way through, how can you create some hours? Can you create 3 hours for yourself? Even if you're working. Some people work through Christmas and New Year's. Some people, that's their busiest time. My brother-in-law is working every Christmas and New Year. It's his busiest time. So it's a different energy for him. The end of year is not relaxing and chilling by the pool. It's we working. He's in travel, right? And it's busy for him. So wherever your schedule is, I want you right now to start thinking about the intentionality that you need to bring in to this end of year season. whether you celebrate the holidays or not. The end of year brings us time, some time. It's the end of an era. It's the end of something. And there's a beautiful way to complete what's just been finished so that you can step into what is coming. Well, what's coming? You're the one that gets to decide. How do you know you got it? What does success look like? What do you desire? Tangible specificity, numbers, months, people, dollars. What does it look like for you? And what is required in regards to time and space? And so I personally have left myself a week of time, and I'll probably spend 3 days of that week with Hamish mapping things out in our kitchen, in our freaking bathing suits. The kids will be running around, and we will be jamming to some Latin music, and we will have our boards there. And we're just going to be talking and planning and thinking. I'll probably come into the office multiple times to film things because there's stuff I want to film and create. This is when I create. This is the time of year where I'm like, I'm building, I'm creating. Am I going to have a break? Of course. But remember, baby, I said I have a big vision and mission. So do I get to take 5 months off of work and just not work and not see clients and not do anything and still tell you that I carry that big vision? No, I don't. Does it mean you have to do that? No. But if you know thyself and you know where you're going and what it requires, you don't lie to yourself. So I'm not lying to myself thinking that I'm going to go off for 2 months, 6 weeks off, come back and everything's, it's not like that for me. And I'm great with that. I love that for me because I know where I'm going and I'm clear and I want to go there. Maybe some of us don't want to go where we're going. And maybe this time that you can take at the end of the year is to go, what am I doing this for? I'm tired. I don't want to do this. This is not my vision. This was not my thing. This is somebody else's. I don't want to live somebody else's life. I don't care about this. I just want to chill and do nothing. If that's for you, good. Use this time to reflect on what you desire. Set the time aside. I would give myself some hours. I've been doing my audiobook and my voice is like barely hanging on. I will give myself some hours. Really start thinking about what are the things that if you didn't have anything else on at the end of the year, and you could give yourself 2 days, 3 days solid of working on what you desire, what could you get done? Could you film that course? Could you create 17 podcasts and batch them so for the next however many weeks that shit's done? Could you remap out your business model, your plan? Could you outreach? Could you make a list of people that you want to reach out to, the conferences you want to speak at, the programs and events you want to go to? Could you look at your finances and think about the investments you want to make, the holidays you want to take this year? There's so much you could do. And if we don't plan for it, we don't set the time at this time of the year, what could happen is we could just sit on the couch and be like, man, I'm so tired. I'm so burnt out. I never have enough time. And we could just spend the whole end of the year doing nothing. And that's fine. Maybe your body needs to do a little bit of nothing. But then come January, it's back to the rat race. And I just don't want to see you burning yourself till December, taking the time off. Oh, man, I'm so tired. Then January, you do the same shit for another 360 days. Or 330 days. What's the point of that? So I love this time of year. I think it's almost like when you wake up at 3 a.m. and everybody's sleeping. And you're like, I could create at this time. And Wayne Dyer used to say it was a time that spirit would wake him up because the world was quiet and he could really think. And all the minds were sleeping. Everyone's sleeping. So energetically, it felt quiet for him. It felt like a space where he was in a room by himself, basically, thinking about his life and the things that he wanted. And he would start writing. And so if you can get a pen and paper and you can make this quiet time for you, maybe the family wants to go do shit and you're like, I'm not doing that. I'm going for a walk. I'm going to go sit at a cafe. I'm going to go to a park. I'm going to kick everyone out of my house and I'm going to be home alone for the next 4 hours and listen to music and plan and map out what I want to do. You can use this time however you want. But if you don't know you can use this time however you want and you don't intend on it and you don't make it and you don't plan it and you don't book it, it's not going to happen. So I love this time of year. I think it's a really great time for us, if you're a business owner, to create, to think about all the programs and the offers and the merch and the shit and the ideas, the big ideas that you maybe don't have time for because business and life is busy. This is a really great time to do that. For those of you that don't have a business and maybe you're like, I want to do some gardening. I've been wanting to build something. I've been wanting to do that artwork. I mean, what a beautiful time for you to do that. There is going to be some space around the holiday season because of the days and because of the holidays. And I highly recommend that you decide what you want to do with that time. Don't find yourself in rooms, in living rooms, at kitchen tables, in houses that you don't want to be at. Don't go to parties you don't want to be at. Don't go do things that aren't going to fulfill you or that you don't want to do. I highly recommend you decide, I am the timekeeper. I am the captain of my damn ship. I'm going to do what I want at the end of this year. I'm talking to my partner, my kids. I'm doing me. I'm coming into the office to film. I'm going to tell you that now. And when that shit's ready for you, I'm going to be like, yo, this is ready. And you will know if you listen to this episode that I built some of that shit on Christmas holiday break. When people were chilling, I was doing that because it was a great time to do it. So that's my invitation for you this week. Map out the time. What are you doing at the end of the year? How is your energy? Is it, man, I hate this year. This year was fucked up. Blah, 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 I want a break. Or is it, you know what? I'm going to have a break and I'm going to do this and I'm going to create and I'm going to think about my life and what I want now. So I don't repeat the same year again. If you repeat the same mistakes, you get the same year. It's 2024, but we're calling it 25. And I don't want that for you. I love you. I hope you do this. And I will let you know it's coming very soon. The Goals and Intentions workbook. It's going to be amazing. And I think you're going to love it. And it's going to change your damn life. Thank you for being here. If you can, before we go, please head over to Apple iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are. Drop me a review. Drop me a comment. Share this with someone who you think needs to hear it. I love you so damn much. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.